For about a year, I heard rumblings about a game out of Japan called Natural Doctrine. Under development at Katakawa Games, the publisher's very first internally developed game in fact, word eventually came that Natural Doctrine would be localized and published in the West by none other than NIS, the publisher that has taken on a heroic status with Western fans of niche Japanese games. After sitting down with Natural Doctrine for an extended demonstration, I was left intrigued and impressed by what I saw, at least from a mechanical standpoint. Natural Doctrine isn't a pretty game by any stretch of the imagination, but it is very much a mechanics-driven, hardcore strategy RPG in the purest sense of the word, and it leaves little room for much else. Unlike the greats of the genre, think Final Fantasy Tactics, Fire Emblem, or Tactics Ogre, there's not much of an emphasis on plot. The story backs up the gameplay and gives you an additional string to keep progressing, but it's not central to the experience, which some might find unfortunate. Battling in Natural Doctrine takes place on a grid system, but it's a unique kind of grid system. Sections of the grid can vary in shape and size, and each section has points associated with it that allows a certain number of characters and types of characters to occupy it. Furthermore, where you position yourself in the grid really matters. For instance, you can hide behind a wall to stop ranged enemies from sniping at you, stand in front of a vulnerable ally to withstand the brunt of enemy attacks, and more. There's strategy nestled within strategy here, making every move, every position, and every choice extremely consequential. There's no denying that Natural Doctrine is going to be a difficult game to learn. Indeed, one of the guys demoing the game for me stated right off the bat, it's built in a way that you're going to die. No one in your party can perish or it's game over. Furthermore, its in-depth linking system, which is purportedly vital to your survival, can take a while to learn and understand. You can chain together your characters to strengthen their attacks, fortify their defenses, and mess with battle initiatives to gain the upper hand. But be aware that the enemy party can do the same thing. Let's put it this way. Natural Doctrine is so hard that when it was released in Japan, enough people playing the game complained that they actually patched it to make it moderately easier. Everything in Natural Doctrine revolves around a mystical substance called Pluton. Pluton is rare, so rare in fact that when it's mined, it's measured in mere grams instead of ounces, pounds, or even tons. Pluton is an essential magical energy source for your party, and it must be used carefully. Your party spellcasters, whether dedicated mages or other character classes with magical abilities, will share one small collection of Pluton, so you mustn't burn through it. This tempers magic use and makes the game even more strategic. As for your cast of characters, there's Jeff, Zeke, Vasily, Nebula, Anka, and more, but who they are isn't as important as the fact that they can all be respected at any time. Leveling and upgrading happens via experience earned in battle, but when you assign skills, it isn't permanent. This means that if you need a party of buffed out tanks for a map, you can have that. Likewise, if you want to use all ranged characters or all mages, you can do that too. This is a system that gives you great flexibility. If you get enough of Natural Doctrine's single-player campaign, you can also play against your friends online. Games ultimately play out as they do in the campaign, but your respective parties are made up of decks of cards that grow stronger the more you win. And you'll be pleased to know that since Natural Doctrine is available across 3 PlayStation platforms, you can actually play online between them seamlessly. Natural Doctrine launches in North America on September 16, 2014, and Europe on September 19, 2014, and will be available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Vita. All 3 versions will be available digitally and at retail. The PS4 version will cost $60, the PS3 version will cost $50, and the Vita version will cost $40, and unfortunately, there will be no cross-buy functionality. For more on all things Natural Doctrine and PlayStation, keep it tuned to IGN.